What's happening? It's your boy Fredo Bang. Shout out to the 100 Mob. You checking in the Real Field TV right now, live in action. Let's go.
Look at what I do to niggas up on my channel straight up. Slap! That's how I get down. You already know what it is. Buckle your knees right so you won't fall wrong. That's how I get it in. We want to talk about Maine music straight up. You know what I'm saying? He want to rumble. You know what I'm talking about? That's why we came up here like that straight up. We feeling how Meezy feeling. Yeah, we'll do something for you with the shoulders. And that's what Maine music talking about. Now, right now, I can't play y'all what he said. You know what I mean? He doing too much. I already posted it up on my IG story. Y'all go to the Real Field TV up on IG to see what Maine music was saying. Now, before y'all go there, he was mentioning a Texas rapper. You know what I'm saying? And mentioning that he couldn't let nobody from Texas beat him in nothing and stuff like that. He was mentioning that. But we got more juicier news to get into that people really want to hear about, and that's about Realbleeda, man. Straight up and down, you know what I'm saying? Maine music is Realbleeda. You understand what I'm talking about? And Maine music does it in a certain way to where you have to listen to his whole song and listen to what he's saying in the song. But it's not more or less that. It's more or less what he says on the end of his songs. Now, up on the end of Maine music songs, for those who don't know who Maine music is and been following his catalog, at the end of his song, he talk raps. And y'all got to catch on to it because he talking, but he rapping at the same time. You know what I'm saying? He just playing around and stuff like that, but still showing a little lyrical ability. Within that, you know what I'm saying? He spoke on, you know, the things that Realbleeda said about him, calling him a female dog. You see what I'm saying? And, you know, we've been updating y'all through videos up on this whole situation. Y'all talking about I'm riding the story, but there's this steady dissing, you know what I'm saying? And there's this steady saying things, you know? And we all know why. And we can't keep saying that Fredo is the, you know, grounds of this whole situation. I done went brought that to the forefront because of the simple fact that I already broke down the fact that Sherwood Martin is cool with all of those bleeders. You know what I'm saying? Even in videos, you know what I'm saying? Realbleeda in videos with Sherwood Martin. You know what I'm saying? And this is what Maine music saying by you involving yourself into something that you ain't had nothing to do with. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, trying to get clout and stuff like that. So Maine music feel how he feel. So it go like this, man. He talking about doing something with somebody from the shoulders. I'm not saying it's Realbleeda. We don't know who it is. You know, you go up on my IG, you know, we get a little bit more into it and y'all can understand what he's saying. But he's basically going in, you know what I'm saying? And he telling somebody that, you know, you put your hands on a gangster, you know where it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it is what it is, man. Maine music got a right to feel however he gonna feel because, you know, niggas saying what they say. Now, Maine music a while back wanted to do something with bloggers, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's how me and him initially had got into it, you know, and y'all could look at those videos or whatever the case may be. I don't want to revisit it, you know what I'm saying? It's still one of my favorite rappers, but at times, this is what I'm telling Maine music, you know what I'm saying? He got to stop letting people get the best of him to the point where he say out-of-pocket things that make him look out of pocket. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you know, niggas is saying stuff about you, but you know why, you know what I'm saying? It's your ops that's hanging around them that done fed them certain information and that done already turned, you know, the younger, you know, generation of, you know what I mean, you know, the bleeders against you, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with them. Now, you being around YB, you know what I'm saying, shouting them out and stuff like that, that don't help your situation as well. But like Lou Wop said, you know what I'm saying, to Maine music, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know if it was straight to Maine music, but he said it on a rant to Maine music when we were trying to get him on the phone. That, you know what I'm saying, you know, people as grown men, they can have friends, they can hang around who they want to. You know what I mean? They can support who they want to. And that's what this boils down to, man. And that's what we all got to look at, man. So it ain't nobody riding the story. Like I said, man, it's people going at each other for whatever reasons, man. Now, what we got to all hope and what we all got to pray for is that nobody actually meets up and all bumps into each other, you know, because like I said, it's too many people within these cliques and stuff like that. and they do know faces, and they do know, you know what I mean, Maine music, and you know, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But it's certain people that, you know, Maine music might not know, Bleeder might not know, that know they face. You see what I'm saying? And this where it gets, you know, to take a turn and to get a little bit shaky on how you gotta move, man, because you'll never know who loves who. So, you know, you talk about somebody that somebody love, and you know what I'm saying, you making certain comments and putting certain things out there, even if it's talking about, you know, having a one-on-one from the shoulders and stuff like that. You know, people can take that, you know, somewhere, you know, and at the end of the day, we can say Maine music ain't got a right to say this. We can say he do got a right to say it. But at the end of the day, silence is golden. You know what I'm saying? And silence is best, you know what I'm saying, for this situation, because like I said, Maine got the rapping ability. All he got to do is just keep applying it. And you know what I'm saying? He has been applying it. He on a consistent run. He getting his own money. You know, he mentioned in the song that he was playing broke. You see what I'm saying? You know, just to see what niggas' heads at, basically. You know, so at the end of the day, he probably got his money up. He probably got his situation right. And, you know, he's striving for greatness, man. Top is out. You know, so we'll never know how that's gonna go. We'll never know what situation he may got. You know, he may get signed to another big label, you know what I'm saying, that's outside of Louisiana to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like all the other Louisiana rappers do that had major success. They got out of Louisiana and they got around other artists trying to do the same. I'm out, man. It's the 100 Mob Nigga.